What's up, guys? It's your old pal Cory here. I'm about to show you how to do the coolant flush on the 2008 Kawasaki Zx6R. Um, so I'm going to show you how to flush it using distilled water and then go from there. So anyways, on the bike you have 3 bolts for your coolant overflow tank, which is right here, right here, and right here, in which I loosen those, and the bolts are right here. Okay, so that way I could move it around. The hose is down here. You just want to unclamp that to get the coolant out of the overflow reservoir. Right here is your bolt by your headers. That is one of the block bolts for the coolant. Your main block bolt is right here, which here's your kickstand. Okay, if you follow your kickstand back right here, you got a bolt at 2 o'clock, or about 7 o'clock, and then 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock is your main bolt. This is the bolt you want to drain your coolant from your block from. That's your first coolant drain plug, and then the secondary is right there. So remove the bottom hose from the coolant reservoir overflow tank. You can do that at the same time as you're doing the bolt inside by the headers. But first, you're going to want to loosen and let the coolant flow out of the main coolant for the block, the bolt right there, which is an 8mm. This is a 10mm, and these are 10mm bolts. So 10mm for the bolt back by the headers, 8mm bolt for the one right here for the main block on the block. Okay, so you always want to, after you get ready to do all this, you want to come over to the other side of the bike, which I have my bike on 2 pit bull stands, so it is level, and you want to loosen your radiator cap. So you're going to want to turn it. You're going to want to turn it right here, and then push down on it like that, and then it comes right off. So you loosen that so you don't have any pressure. Okay, so now we got the 8mm socket on the ratchet, and what we're gonna do is open this block. This is the main bolt for the coolant drain plug for the block. We're gonna loosen that first. It kind of comes out far, so make sure that you got your container farther back so that you don't have spillage. We've opened our reservoir on top of anything like that so that it will flow free. So anyways, here we go. Loosen this bad boy up. Probably gonna shoot out everywhere. Get this loose, and it should start flowing coolant. Make sure the bike has been sitting and it's cool on your first round. Okay, there we go. So we got that draining. Yeah. It don't take all that long for it to drain. So I'm going to clean this up real quick. Alright. Get this coolant off the floor. Let that drip for a little bit. And get some needle nose pliers for the coolant reservoir so we can let that drain out. Like I said, it is a 10mm bolt, and I showed you where it is located by the headers. Hopefully this don't drain all over the place. Draining all over my header, man. Shouldn't take all that long to drain. Let that drip for a little bit. You know, this is the first time that I've actually changed the coolant. I don't know if the previous owner ever did it. The bike does have 12,000 miles on it. So, you know, of course I'm going to run quite a few of distilled waters through it at temperature and let the bike warm up and then drain the distilled water back out. So we got the main and the secondary block drain plugs out. It has been drained, so I'm going to put the bolt back in and tighten them both back up and fill it with distilled water. Okay, so I just ran the third distilled water through it. It's running right now, so it gets through the block, and then I'll shut it down, let it cool down a little bit, drain it again, then we'll add the coolant. Okay, so we got done with the distilled water. I ran it through 3 times and nothing but water came out. So we're getting ready to put in the Peak 50/50 coolant, long life. It's green, just like the owner's manual says, which is 50/50. We're also going to add a coolant additive that helps keep the engine a little bit cooler. That's all we got to do next. Fill the reservoir, the overflow reservoir up to the peak point, and then add the coolant to the bike, and that's it. And that's all you got to do. So remember to keep it real and peace in the world.